Hi there, my name's Logan Valtierra. Today, for my commemorative speech, I'm going to talk a little bit about my parents and explain how a lot of their sacrifices that they made allowed me to be able to complete some opportunities, go to school, that kind of thing. So, think about all the times that your parents had to go to work or go to an extra event, um, these kind of things, to allow for you to be able to play sports, go to extracurricular activities, go on trips, all these opportunities that you received as a child, you may have received as a child. My parents gave me those opportunities through baseball. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be able to play at the college level, however far I made it. Uh, as I witnessed the tough hours that were put in by my parents, that they had to go to a second job, um, or go back to school to receive a higher education, or but they still, they were still able to make time for me to be able to play ball or hang out with me, whatever the case was, outside of, the limited hours that they had left in the day after going to work for a second or third job. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. Both my parents growing up had to work at least two jobs. Either it was a daytime job for my mom, and then she would come home and take care of us. There was three of us she had to take care of, or they both ended up having to work second jobs, and they'd find time to hang out with us. But for my dad, he ended up working a daytime job, and then he'd go to a second, third job at night. Sometimes it was serving tables, working events, being a bartender, whatever the case was, to be able to pay for all of our expenses. With three kids, there's quite a lot, and especially with travel ball, we were going to hotels or staying overnight somewhere for a weekend. Every weekend, we still had to eat out, drive with, get gas, that kind of thing, and it added up after time, and it was just expensive, and it was crazy to see how much they would have to work to be able to supplement and give me opportunities that I wanted. They were willing to take those sacrifices for me. After a certain point, my dad had gone back to school to receive a higher education. He was working his two jobs, but he wanted to improve for himself as well. He didn't want to have to continue to keep working two jobs. He wanted one that would be able to supply for the whole family while still being there and having more time with each and every one of us. Um, so I saw him be able to go to work at the day, come home, hang out with us, go to our games, whatever the case was, and then he would, around 9, 10 o'clock at night, he would put us to bed, whatever the case was, and then he would start doing his online classes for school to receive his education. He'd be up till 3, 4 in the morning, and then get a couple hours of sleep, and then have to go to work at 7, 8 in the morning. He did this for a year and a half, and I watched it, and I was pretty amazed by it. Over time, I saw that it was taking a toll on him, but he kept pushing through it. I don't blame him. Getting a few hours of sleep overnight and then having to do homework and go to work and be able to take care of your kids is quite a bit. He ended up finally being able to finish all of his courses, and he ended up graduating and got a job for Multnomah County helping with adults with disabilities, and he's enjoying what he's doing now. But the biggest thing for me, I think, was that even though they were both my parents were busy or tired after a hard day's work, serving tables, whatever the case was, they would still come to my games. They would make sure I got to practice on time. They would take me to wherever I need to go. Um, they would make sure they would work hard for everything that I had. I had all the gear I needed, and the gear for baseball is not cheap. Um, as you are getting older as well, things become more expensive. Um, and I feel like it really paid off. I was given the opportunity to come play ball here, uh, and it just stood out to me that they still wanted to take the time to be able to hang out with me and strive for me to do my best. I believe it made me into the person I am today, and I picked up on those lessons and those traits. I feel like I'm still willing to put in the work whenever I need to get my classes done, get all of my home, whatever the case is. But one of the things that really, really stands out is that they were coming to my games and cheering me on, uh, and they were there always in support, no matter if I had a good game, bad game. The team played well. we didn't play well, they're being very supportive and got me the extra lessons I needed to be able to play at the college level, and now I'm here. So I don't think I would be the person I am today without the lessons that they gave me and taught me, work for everything that you have. Um, don't strive to just be okay, be the best that you can. Um, and, work hard for what you have. Um, and without, both my parents working their jobs, working second, third jobs, or taking care of us, or going back to school, or, I don't think I would be where I am today. And that, both parents, it was just a big thing for me that both my parents were willing to make the time for me. So thank you for listening, and have a great day.